Hey guys, my name's Matt. I am a travel vlogger. I normally record my adventures as I'm cycling around the world on a recumbent trike. Currently, I'm not traveling. I'm actually under quarantine voluntarily in Chicago because I have a daughter and family in Ningbo, China. Ningbo is a few hours south of Shanghai and about 700 kilometers away from Wuhan, the center of the coronavirus outbreak. We decided that we were going to get out of China while this thing sort of works itself out and self-quarantine ourselves for 14 days, which is the maximum amount of time that this virus would take to show its symptoms. As long as you're okay after that 14th day, you're good to go. We have been staying in this apartment, not going anywhere. We've also been receiving a lot of information from China, which I'm going to share with you today. Today we're going to go through some interesting and dour developments in China. We're going to talk about the fact that today is very special for a number of reasons. Today is halfway through our quarantine process. This is our 7th day out of 14, so halfway through. Jayoe. So far, so good. Everybody's okay. Eva, my daughter, has been just watching a lot of shows. We've been delivering a lot of stuff to our door via Amazon. As a matter of fact, I'm preparing us to finally go outside and have some fun. So I bought some mittens and hats and stuff from Amazon for Eva to go out and explore the cold, wintry Michigan outdoors as soon as we can get to Detroit. As it stands today, from the Johns Hopkins statistical website covering the rates of infection and death for this virus, it reports 34,963 confirmed global cases, 725 deaths so far reported, and 2,394 recovered. That was a question a lot of people were asking. Are people actually coming through on the other side of this thing? Yes, they are, as a matter of fact. People are recovering. People have been discharged from the hospital, as a matter of fact. The Chicago husband and wife, the wife came back from China and gave it to her husband. Both of them have fully recovered and have been discharged from the hospital. On a sad note, the first American passed away. We are not sure if it was a male or a female, but we do know that this individual was 60 years old and had pre-existing conditions. Any sort of pre-existing condition will exacerbate the existing virus, and so people with pre-existing conditions are particularly vulnerable to the coronavirus. If you heard a beep, did you hear that beep? This is an Airbnb we've been staying at for the week so far, and there's a bunch of smoke detectors, and there is one here with a battery that is almost dead, and it keeps beeping, but I can't find it anywhere. I think it's actually inside those cabinets. Like inside, I don't think anybody can get to it. I've looked everywhere. House is only so big. It's driving me insane, actually. Anyways, back to the discussion. So today is special for us, as in halfway through our quarantine, but it's also very special in China. In China, it is yuánxiāo, which is Lantern Festival. If you look at Chinese pictures during now, you would see a lot of red lanterns hanging from buildings and structures, and you'll see people going out and spending time with family and really celebrating the day. As a matter of fact, a notable thing to do during yuánxiāo is to go out and date. There's a bunch of activities typically that encourage people to mingle and meet, and even in the red lanterns there's all sorts of little games that people play. They'll put riddles inside lanterns and use them as sort of like speed dating activities. It's notable that today people are actually trying to stay away from each other on a day where normally people would be brought together. Another thing about yuánxiāo is a special type of food. People eat tongyuan, which is a jelly rice ball. You could call it compressed rice, basically, and inside is sesame. It's a very famous thing to have during yuánxiāo, and it's one of my favorite treats. Annie was trying to find some on Amazon so that she could prepare some for our daughter Eva, but can't arrive till tomorrow. So tomorrow we will celebrate yuánxiāo with our own tongyuan. But people all over China are at least preparing tongyuan in the security of their kitchen. Maybe they're not intermingling, but they are celebrating with whatever they can. In this case, they're eating tongyuan together. If you guys don't know, I actually hosted a TV show. I hosted it, produced it, edited it. It went out to like 7 million people every 2 weeks in China. People watched the Ningbo Focus, which was a project that was spearheaded by me and actually Annie. The episode we shot for yuánxiāo is quite interesting, and so I'm going to share it with you guys so you guys can see what Qiantong village looks like during yuánxiāo. And when you watch the video, if you watch the video, you hear the beep? Firstly, take note that I am a goofball, and everything was very scripted by me and rehearsed, and it's kind of funny. As a matter of fact, if you watch, you can see my mouth moving slightly while my co-host Melody talks, because I wrote her I wrote her script. So when she's talking, my mouth is moving. Take a look. It's quite interesting, I noticed. But if you look at the activities of people enjoying the holiday in this village, in Qiantong village, then you can kind of get an idea of what people should be doing, as opposed to probably that entire village is now derelict of activity. Maybe there's a few people milling around, but I have to imagine that Qiantong village is a sort of a ghost town. Okay, so on to the news. There's a bunch of videos that Annie came into today, and I wanted to share a few with you. The first is of a truck that is spraying the streets. These trucks are going around all over China, disinfecting the streets, trying to spray surfaces. This is kind of an interesting thing that's going on. I've seen people spraying actual apartment buildings and streets, and I'm not sure how effective it is. But it is surreal to see the government fumigating the streets like this. Another thing that I've seen a few clips of is emergency situations that require emergency personnel. People in the apartment building are panicking, and rescue services are severely delayed. So a small fire can create big problems. I was also seeing a video of somebody who was trying to use alcohol to purify their house. They were wiping everything down with alcohol. At the same time, people were cooking, and that ended up igniting the alcohol, and the entire apartment went up in flames. People are trying to support each other as best as they can. It's not all negative news. There's a clip from Wuhan where high-rise apartment buildings, neighbors who can't quite shake hands or meet around the playground with their kids are shouting out of windows. Now, my brand, Jayoe, Jayoe, that is kind of sort of the name of my brand, means to add fuel. It means add oil. It means put whatever fuel you need to succeed. It's a cheer of support, and there's a number of videos that are coming out. One person screams out their window, Jayoe, China, Jayoe, Wuhan, and then it slowly grows and grows, and pretty soon, out of patriotism and boredom and just sheer desire to get some sort of a release of energy, everybody starts screaming out of their window, Jayoe, Jayoe, Jayoe. Now, not everybody is locked in their apartments. There's a lot of people that are being mobilized. Like I had discussed before, there's medical people, there's police and fire that are still trying to do their jobs, along with an army of delivery people who are now allowed to deliver groceries and goods to people throughout China. In my last video, I discussed the 12 laws that are enacted in the city that I am from, Ningbo, in China, and one of those is that an individual is nominated by a family group to leave and do shopping for that family only once every 2 days, and they can go out and buy supplies and groceries. But if you need something in between that time, let's say some food or something delivered, then you can call on a delivery person to bring it. There's a lot less people delivering, but the people that are delivering are worked to the bone. They are a critical link in the chain for people to sort of live a little bit of a more normal life in these extreme circumstances. There's an army of delivery people that are out there putting goods in front of your door, putting goods in front of your community, because a lot of times these delivery people aren't allowed into your complex, but they can go to the front gate, drop it off with your room number, and then you walk down, get your stuff, and it's a way that you can kind of still have some sort of commerce, some sort of supply of goods without having to leave that once every 2 days per family. In Wuhan, the heart of where this outbreak is taking place, there's not enough doctors to take care of all of the sick. Not only that, but there's a lot of sick people that are getting infected. For example, Li Wenliang, the gentleman who died a couple of days ago, was the first doctor that voiced the severity of this disease. He's the one that kind of was trying to raise awareness. The Chinese government in Wuhan was repressing that message, and there's a lot of righteous indignation and anger towards the system that repressed the cries for attention to this virus. But now that everybody knows it, people are being pulled in from all parts of China to try to help stem the tide of this disease and help people that are sick. And a video recently emerged of train station airport area of Wuhan, the bringing in of staff from all over China to help the people of Wuhan. Hey. The video is beautiful because they're yelling across to each other, Jayoe, Jayoe, the word of support, go, 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 and they're asking people, where are you going? Where are you going? What part of Wuhan? Where are you from? There's a lot of communication and chaos, and it's a real pride in the people that are going and helping out. All of those people are putting their lives on the line, sort of like the soldiers that are going into war. It feels like they're going into battle. They're kind of excited, and they're patriotic, and they're hopeful, and you know, it would be interesting to see these people in a week or 2 weeks or even a month later, after they've been waging war against this virus. But at this moment in that video, energy is high, optimism is high, and they're all very excited to do their part to help the situation. It's quite beautiful. It's a beautiful video. Finally, I'd like to end with a little lighthearted moment. In most of these high-rise communities in China, you'll have people that'll be on a PA that'll announce all sorts of things, whether it's a holiday announcement or, you know, new information regarding your local community, your little apartment complex, sort of like the public announcements in your high school, you know. Hey everybody, it's March 12th, and we just want to let you know that the PE class is having their annual, you know, outside day, you know, this kind of thing. Well, the announcer that was supposed to be making announcements fell asleep. He was sleeping quite soundly, and his sound sleep was countering anybody else's sound sleep in the neighborhood. So with that, have a good night, have a good day wherever you are. If you're in China, Jayoe, hunker down, take it easy. We're all rooting for you. Let's all take this thing without too much panic and with our wits about us, and take it day by day. Jayoe, everybody. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.